I'm feeling quite excited but scared at the same time. We is what we is and we are's what we are's, and we will do what we have to do, and we will carry on. We took a lot of flack from the pandemic, which wiped out the business. We started looking at van life on YouTube and we both got interested, so we started building Mooki behind us.
Never been much of a gypsy myself. In England, we used to call them pikeys, and here I am now, Pikey Ken. Would you believe it?
Getting all the bird crap off the solar panels. Looks like I've been using it as target practice. Here we have a year 2000 Iveco 2.8 turbo diesel. Lovely van, isn't it? Lovely. Our Mooki. Both the front seats swivel. The bench I'm sitting on, this has a big storage space underneath that we've got lots of food and bits and pieces in. This table is made from bits of plumbing and bits of old wood, and it works. We can play cards and everything with that. We have our gas cupboard. This is a monitor for the gas. Flip out table here, sink, running water, gas, bamboo top, plastic tiles. The bed is superb, so comfortable. We waited for that mattress and it's just the best. All the cupboards, I made loads of cupboard doors, and then we find we kept hitting them, so we took them off and we've just put these elastics on there now, which work a lot better. Bathroom, I'm not too sure about using that myself yet. Oven, cutlery drawer, spice rack, hanging cupboard, lots of stuff in there, fridge. Okay guys, right, let me tell you about what my favourite thing about the van is. As I've always been a builder and I love building stuff and fixing things, I've built myself a little space on the back of the van where I can still carry on making stuff, and I have somewhere to work. Because these legs, I can't go low, so I like to keep vertical mainly and work to a bench when I do. Pincus Floydus. Right, so here we have my little workspace, which also has a secret compartment underneath there, and this is my work desk, and it comes out jackery, more than needed. Tool bag, pouch. I've had a pouch since I was 15, so I always use a pouch. Water tanks over there. Batteries this side, solar on the roof. This is an extra solar charger, a cable I made up when we was at Yellowwood. Wasn't my best choice of carpet for the floor in there because it's a bit hard on the knees, but it was free. So there we go, Ken's garage and the shoe store. Tracy's shoe store.
I've built many cars in my time, but it's my first time building a van. We collected the ice cream truck in late November 2020. After the hectic lockdown imposed on the planet. She drove well, but fourth gear would have to do as I couldn't find fifth, ?
When I drove it back from Bogan Tweeny after it got shipped to where we picked it up from, I was driving it back down the road and it was rattling and squeaking and it drove me absolutely insane. As soon as I got back here, I pulled everything out of the truck and started from scratch. That's exactly what I did.
If you start with someone else's project, you've got to make it right or rethink it and start it again how you want it. It was obvious we had to rebuild it. Myself, Senzo and Eric, our yoga gate man, security, gardener, general helper and now van renovator. Started the big strip, trying to save and reuse as much as possible. Then I started to map it out. Tracy and I talked plenty about what we needed inside, but most of that I ignored because I'm Ken.
This was all broken and busted above the cab here, so I've redone all that and painted it. Windows have still got to be serviced, toilet and shower, sink, work surface, bed comes to about halfway on the wheel arch here. Insulation underneath the floor, so there's a bit of spring there. The structure has been painted with a black rust-proof, like rubbery paint. Put sound deadening carpet on all the panels everywhere. I'm getting there, it's a long road.
I noticed everything affected everything else in this small space down to the last millimetre. Well, I'm not the most patient of men, and I always detested going back and doing things twice. Do it once, make sure it's right, and you don't have to go back. But this van taught me that going back and back again is what refined the end result, and I had to get over myself. The whole process was hard work, but a great challenge. Van tour, going to turn camera around. It's been a work in progress for quite a while. All the artwork was by Tracy, my wife. I'm a Pink Floyd fan. This is the garage area where the batteries, inverter, water tank. There's 2 pumps, one pump for the shower and one pump for the sink. New step, finished the carpet. It's got new floor, and that's Tracy sorting her kitchen out. El Cinco. Yeah.
Okay, the video's playing.
And we have this one,
Pantry cupboard.
pantry cupboard.
Toilet, what we got in here?
Have a dump in there. Not really. Bed, ceiling. That's the electric fan there. It's got a remote control.
Well, sitting on the deck, Ken's just finished looking at our solar and our ventilation fan and how lack of the deck looks all the way around, really chuffed. I'm sure Ken's really chuffed because it was back-breaking and he's now finished.
Van tour. Da da dee da 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 dee da da. Back in black. Tracy can do her hair in the front seat.
12 volts.
12 volts. Bit like me, 12 volts.
We had an auto electrician from hell with constant lies and bad workmanship. It almost ended the journey before it started.
You know, we was building the van for a year, and there were so many problems with the electrical guy that I just got fed up with the van, and I didn't want to even go there. About 6 months. I couldn't even step into it. I just had enough.
I lost interest in the van, and for a while I thought we would sell her. But life had different plans for Mooki and us.
Good morning, starshine.
So let me tell you how this all started. I've had cellulitis lymphedema for over 30 years with ongoing leg infections. And during the pandemic they became very severe with IV drips every bloody second week. It affected my daily life in every way. And then they found cancer. And to top this, the business was sliding away from me.
2 tasty chickens. Beautiful night.
We knew we couldn't keep the house. And to fill the gap, we started dreaming about life on the road in a van, with a goal of eventually finding a simpler way of life somewhere else that was more sustainable.
When you're in a big house and you've got everything you need, how do you cope with leaving that big space and going into a small van? But you do that because that's your option. You ain't got any other option. You either make this work or you don't make it work. So I would always make things work. That's what I've always done since I was a youngster.
I've always preached to my girls, get over yourself. The Colliers don't give up. So back to the van it was.
Awesome!
With the help and guidance from a few different workers, we managed to get Mooki on the move again. The house was sold and time was ticking fast. As Tracy packed up the house, I worked on Mooki until the last moment, until our last goodbyes.
Right, here we are. We're closing the garage to my life. And we are moving on. Mooki van, here we come.
And then we left 49 Delaware, 27 years. Bye.